The question I want to ask is very simple. You see all these monsters, right? Fairly cute, nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. Who added him, bro? Like, you think I want him on my team? No! He leaking nothing but natural gas. Actually, that was the wrong question. How do you feel about sequels? One of the most popular things to do after making a beloved game is to make a sequel, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? There's so many companies doing that practice right now. It quite boosts your IP to the next stage or next idea. Not only that, it also brings an already dedicated fan base back to play those new and old games, which they then market to other people not familiar with the series right over. But what if you said, nah man, that's a terrible idea, let's remake some games? No, because that's not an option. Okay, maybe it is an option. Let's take Paper Mario. Listen bro, I would love to see that style of Paper Mario again, like would be an understatement, but its mechanics and everything that made it so great could make a comeback, but it's not certain. It just leaves us to speculate after the remake's performance, what could happen to this series that is beloved by many. But while we wait, Bug Fables is a game that fixes that itch for old Paper Mario. It's not a game that copies Paper Mario all the way. I mean, you got the badges, the likable characters, overworld abilities, team attacks, arcade, great story, unique boss themes, missions, cooking. I mean, I could add fast travel.
I get it!
I think I missed some on the list, but I think you get the point. This game was inspired by the second game of Paper Mario, with this interconnected world and its soundtrack that makes you feel like a happy fly. Which is crazy because you would think a game about bugs would add flies. In Bug Fables, you start off as a green bug named Kaboo and quickly meet your second party member, Bee, who is a bee. After proving their worth to the EA, the Explorers Association, their first mission is to go to Snakemouth and retrieve an artifact. Along the way, they meet Leaf. He's a moth with ice powers, and they go to find the artifact, which is protected by Spooter, who is a spy. Okay, so you see what the game is about, right? Where Paper Mario was about opening the 1,000-year door, Bug Fables is about finding the everlasting sapling. The theme of Paper Mario is paper, while Bug Fables is about bugs. While most of the game mechanics are similar, Bug Fables really excels in world building. Like, really excels. Let me give you an example. When you get to the Bee Kingdom, you can take a look at a telescope that lets you see most of the land. But something huge stands out, which is this boarded up house over here. You might wonder if there's any people like humans living there. Probably not, because their water bill is shot at this point. And then these questions start forming in your head. What made all these biomes? Will the player ever go into the house? I mean, why show such a thing? Please don't be cockroaches, please don't be cockroaches, please don't be cockroaches, please don't be cockroaches! Then while you're playing the game, you get the lore on how the land was made. And let's just say that house is creepy with and without context. Speaking without context, Yokai Watch. Boy, I have beef with this game! Now, I wouldn't say that Yokai Watch takes inspiration from Pokemon, because both are different when it comes to their gameplay and storytelling. But Pokemon got inspiration from Yokai Watch, or at least an idea. There, I said it! What now? Let's deviate a second and let me explain that part. You remember Sun and Moon, right? Pretty good games for Pokemon. Now tell me why Jibanyan is in the Alola region. That's a reach. Suddenly there's a Pokemon guide, Rotom Pokedex, who is a ghost, by the way, helping throughout the game. Nah, bro, that's not gonna hit either, bro. That's a trash example of Whisper, bro. Yeah, oh, okay. Those moves that look crazy good looking. What are they, Z moves? Pokemon never has Z moves, right? Ultimates from Yokai Watch game. And the one thing that is known by many, Pokemon are inspired by yokai. No watch! No watch! Nah, that's a reach, bro. It just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense. Okay, let's refocus. The game starts off in a basic town called Springdale, Most of the people living here live normal lives, especially Nate Adams, or Amino, who lives an average life. Very, very average life. But one day, while in the 5th grade, he stumbles upon a Gosh machine in the middle of the forest, decides to play with it, and out comes Whisper, who's not a threat, but a butler willing to show Nate the world of yokai, who not only is a yokai himself, but the holder of the yokai watch. Along the way, you meet different yokai, some dead and some forgotten, and it's up to you, the player, to make meaningful relationships with said yokai to stop the ones that are misbehaving, or the strong ones. And while this premise to the game is short and sweet, they're trying to tell you they're different. We're making friends here, not catching them. Yokai are not just monsters, they are cats, humans, or dogs mixed together. Yeah, to this day I still don't know how that works. Spirits and ghosts that roam the land. A hat that was forgotten by its owner. Literally anything, bruh. Like anything. The thing that makes yokai different is their personality, and that carries over to the battle system. Yokai Watch has a real-time battle system in that your friends, the yokai, are your fighters. All of them have ultimate moves that do some type of big damage or curse. Seems pretty simple until you fight bosses or S-rank yokai, making the battle system a micromanaging game that you need to take care of. This guy right here, he's my Elden Ring boss. You can find these guys pretty much anywhere, just make sure you're ready to fight them because they will kill your squad again. What do you mean you don't get the joke? One more thing I would like to mention is the Crankakai. It's the reason I love and hate this, disagree with this game. Every 24 hours in real life, you can put in a coin to spin the crank. With every drop, there's a different rarity. And with every rarity, there's a chance to get something great. Basically gambling. You only have 3 tries until the machine disappears until tomorrow. Thrill the crank, I say. Animal Crossing. Well, you could just, I don't know, mess with the 3DS system clock, turn it one day ahead, go back to the game, post up with lil bro, hope he don't ban you from using the crank for 2 days, and voila! Go big or go big. Although Yokai Watch has stopped producing games, I can't help but thank the team that did this. Level 5. It was a hard sell to Game Freak's Pokemon that got an early start way back when. But the creativity, the bold, the mobile game that got axed in America when I had spent almost $1,000 trying to get this guy. That's my beef right there. But even with all the negatives, I still enjoy these titles. Like, I'm hyped for their sequels, if they do eventually come out. I could play Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door 5 times in a row, but that 6th time is gonna feel boring. I need something different when it comes to games. And look, we may never be able to replace these champions, but they're just honestly some great games and a good time. I hate Street Pass.